on a dime. Woo, my lucky day. And heads up. Woo. Wonder if they need TV. They said get all the parts. All right. Yeah. Need some help. Up. Up. Ah. Darn. It's okay. It's okay. You get the door. I'll take TVs. Okay, I'll get it. Now let me get the parts. You said parts. I don't want to lose any of this electrical. Parts. It's fine. Yeah, they're always like this. Ah, it works great too. I just played it at home.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. Glad to have you back. Danimal
And Fireball.
Today's show is going to be about how do we know it works?
Here we go.
Testing. Do we test things? Do we try it out? What do we do? What's the process? How does it work?
Hold on. Before we know it works, we got to make sure we got the power cord right.
Yeah, that is definitely an important part.
What about the remotes?
Yeah, who cares about those? We don't need
Well, some of those remotes help you get into the menu, right?
Absolutely. So, very important.
Don't forget your remote.
For how do we know it works for us, we test everything. It doesn't matter if you bring us a TV or a game system or perhaps a laptop,
Cell phone, guitar,
tools, air tools, hammer tools, all that stuff. We test everything. We want to make sure it works.
And we don't want it to work one time. It's not going to drive one screw, one nail, one staple. Come on, really?
We try to make sure we're giving you a good product. So we're going to talk a little bit today about the process that we do. We go through a cleaning process too, where we're cleaning the memory of an old computer, making it factory restored, any of your phones, wiping it of any of that stuff, or iPads, any music, we clean everything off of it.
So real quick, Chris, if we're going to do all that to the digital stuff, in that don't forget your passwords, usernames, log out of your different accounts and stuff, yeah. All of them. If you have, what is it, like a parental code thing on some of the devices, I'm unfamiliar with a lot of the digital stuff these days, but yeah, write those codes down. It's going to be very important
to
get
us
here.
Clear it off. Now we factory restore everything back to the electronics and things like that. But then when we get done factory restoring it and the product is good, we've tested it, we know it's a good product, then we're going to clean it. And we kind of joke around here all the time, Pearl Clean, which were Pearl and Nancy's. Pearl was my grandmother. Both of them are very neat freaks. Grandma Pearl especially. She cleaned everything. Your games, just your game controllers, she would take a toothpick and scrape the edges around the game controllers, and we still do that today too, just to make sure there's no grime on the edges of the controllers. And then we clean it with a 409 and we disinfect everything too.
That brings me to an interesting question. We clean, we've inspected, we know it's worth something. Okay, we bought the device. Let's say we buy a firearm and it's just dirty. I've been to some stores before and they're dirtier than I would have been in the military on a weapons range, and they want me to buy this filthy thing. What do we do here?
Well, we will buy stuff even if it's dirty. You know, anytime it's a clean product or in good shape, that's going to help the value on your end. But yeah, we'll take anything. It doesn't matter if it's got some character to it or a little grime.
But on a firearm itself, I mean, those are if they're too dirty, they just sometimes don't work right?
Yes, we thoroughly try to go through them. We'll break them down, go through all the parts, make sure everything's oiled, lubed like it's supposed to be to specs. And if it's a rusted part, bad part, things like that, we put new in it, or we don't even take it. If it looks like it could be a problem or a hassle for the owner in the future, we walk away. We've had a gentleman get mad at us because we didn't want to buy his deer stand, and wasn't nothing personal. He seemed like a great guy, but then he just got really mad because we didn't want to buy his deer stand. And to me, I wouldn't have wanted to be in that deer stand, so I didn't want to sell it to our customers. So in that scenario, we passed on that deer stand because it was really rusted up and it just looked like it was towards the end of its life. So in general, we want to give you a good product. We're going to go the extra mile, try to make sure it works well, test it out, and then clean it out so you can get a tested product and a clean product.
At a good value.
Yes. And now, that being said, does that mean everything is going to work perfect? No. Have you ever been to the big box stores and seen the long line of returns? They're not returning good products, so good products go bad too. It just happens. But we definitely try to go above and beyond to try to make sure it's tested and working properly here.
So let's real quick walk through it again. I come in the store, I've got this item, I would really like to sell it, I need a few dollars. Step one.
First thing, we're going to come up with a price together. If we come up with a price that we're both happy with, then we're going to go into the testing process.
So it's got to work.
So first thing is, it's got to work.
And we need the parts.
If you have a remote with it, if you have a controller, if you bring in a PlayStation 4 with no controller, yes, I'm still going to buy it. But if you were to bring it in with a controller, with a couple games or anything, any accessories will help the value of the product. The TVs, we're going to hook it up, make sure the HDMI works. We're looking for any spots, any discoloration in the pictures. A lot of times as the TV gets older, people will start turning that brightness up higher and higher and higher, and then after they've had it for a few years, the brightness is at 100%, the contrast is way up, but it's still kind of dim. Those are things we're looking for, because that's not a TV that we're going to want, or we're not going to want to invest a lot into. Black spots all over the TV, lines, those are big ones.
Scratches on the exterior glass part, the viewing area.
Which those can sometimes be buffed out, but it's still, all that matters. We're looking for any of the defects, anything like that. There's more to it than just the actual turning it on and hearing it buzz.
Now, last week we talked about jewelry. And again, go back to that video. It'll be in the description, the link. What we test and how we test jewelry. We didn't get into great detail, but again, that's something that we're checking.
And we'll show you a little bit today in today's episode how we do the jewelry test. And we're going to take you out there, we're going to scratch some gold and show you what it looks like with some real and some fake. Just a quick glimpse to give you a quick test of it.
And real quick before we get off of here, I bring my laptop in. We've looked at it, and we just decided it's an older version that can't be updated. What kind of levels are we looking for so we don't, eat up someone's time running back and forth going, I just needed gas money and I wasted that gas?
You can always call us. Give us a call. We love it if you send us a message on Facebook. Facebook is a really easy way that we can send pictures back and forth privately without the world knowing, but you can send us a private message on Facebook, slap a picture of it, show us. Yeah, that might be worth your time bringing it in, or yeah, that one we might not. But going back to Danimal's point, we don't take the old Windows 8s and stuff like that, even though you can upgrade them, or Windows 7 and the older computers. We try to stay with the more modern computers, Windows 10 and the newer stuff. Some of the older items we will take, there is a value, but the older cell phones, your Apple iPhone 5s and beyond, your old Note 5s, you go back a little bit, there's some of those we won't take. So we're trying to provide you with the newer, modern, better quality items.
Right, and don't take it personal on cell phones if you stop in the store and you realize that your particular brand, as far as like the carrier, we don't accept. There are a few, and we just kind of leave the names off. There are a few that just don't work too well in our line of work.
Exactly. If we don't buy it, it's no big deal. Maybe we'll buy the next thing you have. We don't buy everything that walks through the door, like you see in our intro video. Just sometimes people have breaks or falls on the way to here. We've had several items, and I truly believe them, that it worked when they left home, but then they got here and it just didn't work. Because it's easy to bang things, especially electronics.
Big TVs.
TVs are easy. It doesn't take much to just bang it and knock it out of a line. The TV that we were playing with in the intro was an old broke TV, so no, it wasn't a new TV or something we did like that. But yeah, it's just an example though. We want to test everything. We want to make sure we're getting you a good product. And we're not burning ourselves at the same time. We buy a bad product, you can't sell it, nobody wants to buy it, then we just lost money. Another little point to talk about, after we do the testing process, then we go into a cleaning process too. So not only do we make sure it's a good working product and it's factory restored to get it back to you, then before we put it on the shelf to bring it to you, then we go through our cleaning process, which we joked in the beginning, Pearl Clean. We want to make sure we're getting all that germs off of it, getting all the funk off of it, cleaning it up, making it nice, so it'll be a good product for you.
If you come up with any advice on the site, any critique, be nice. Put it in the comments. We appreciate it. Hopefully you'll see us growing in the show as the show develops. Posture Trust me.
Yes,
we're focusing on it.
That.
Thank you for everybody who said something. There were many. Thank you very much.
Shock. Yeah, we've had a lot of income or intel on this, and we appreciate it. We know we're going to set up more. We still have a really small green screen. We're going to have to get bigger. We're actually really tight right now because our green screen's so small. We're going to get a little bit better. We're going to work on our sound. Thank you for the advice on that. Our sound is something that we need to work on. Our music, real music, our own music. So we're going to get Dan on the drums. I've got a friend that plays keyboard, so we're going to try to add in our own music instead of using the YouTube free stuff. But yes, thank you. And again, we are learning. We've got a long way to go. I think we'll look back, or we're looking back already and being like, holy cow, we should have done this. But we will get better. We're learning as we go.
If we swell this shot out so you see more than a green screen, we're back in the storeroom.
Yeah.
Sorry about the audio, guys.
Believe it or not, we're not in the Bahamas right now. I know that's what it looks like at this particular second, but we're not.
Maybe we should flash it to Hawaii.
Hawaii. My in-laws are in Hawaii. We can go.
We're looking for Hawaii pictures.
So, but yeah, thank you for the advice and the comments. Keep them coming. We will try to get better each week slowly with sound, music,
posture. Smile more.
Somebody even said it maybe wearing a suit or casual clothes. I'm not against that. Let's be like Skip and Shannon, from their show. Yeah, it's cool. But thank you.
I was going to go with Ren and Stimpy. I'm sorry.
Hey, to each his own. As always, thank you for watching. We appreciate you back.
You got Fireball.
And Animal.
We appreciate you coming by on video and saying hi to us. Stop by P&N Pawn Shop. Say hi sometime. Look forward to seeing you then. See you next week.